I would like to welcome our District 87 Director, Agustinus Widjaya, to our podcast today. And it's been an honor for me to have the opportunity to chit-chat with you. I am Ronawati Wongso, your host today. First of all, Agustinus, congratulations on your election or appointment as District 87 Director. And it's a big responsibility, but I know that it's a big journey in your leadership skill improvement as well. We all look forward to have you as our District 87 Director. So congratulations and welcome.
Thank you for inviting, Burona.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. First of all, I would like to get to know you better, to know how you start your journey in Toastmasters and about your journey in Toastmasters and what inspired you to your road to district director. I think if I remember correctly, you are only 5 years in Toastmasters and now you are already District 87 Director. And that is quite a speedy journey to the top of District 87 Director. So please share your story.
Thank you, Burona. Actually, you are correct. I've been in Toastmaster for 5 years only. At first, I joined Toastmasters with only one motivation, with only one goal in mind, which is to conquer my fear of public speaking. Before I joined Toastmasters, I had this huge fear of public speaking. It never occurred to me that I would be a district director someday. At that time, I didn't even know that in Toastmaster, we could learn leadership. So I joined to conquer my fear of public speaking. But after a while in Toastmasters, I realized one thing. I realized why the slogan of Toastmasters is where leaders are made, not where public speakers are made. I realized that public speaking is just a small part of what we can learn in Toastmasters. And I realized that actually the leadership curriculum in Toastmasters is the main curriculum. The leadership curriculum is the most valuable and the most beneficial curriculum here in Toastmasters. That's how I felt about the Toastmasters curriculum. So I began to take leadership role. And another thing that I realized after I take several leadership curriculum, I get to conquer my fear of public speaking much faster. Because as a leader in Toastmasters, we get more opportunity to speak up, to communicate with members. It is like more stage time and more practice in doing public speaking. So I get to conquer my fear of public speaking much faster. And as a leader, Toastmasters also supported all of its leaders. They provide us with many training to develop our leadership skill. For example, Burona, they taught us about how to delegate effectively. Before I joined Toastmasters, I don't believe in delegation at all. I even preach to my team member, if you want to do something perfectly, do it yourself. Do not rely on anyone else. Because in my opinion, no one else would care about the result of that activity besides ourselves. I'm a strong believer of that. And when I joined Toastmasters, I realized that it is a very wrong perspective. And I learned that if I only want to do small things in anything in my life, and I want to do it perfectly, yes, you can do it by yourself. But if we want to accomplish more, we want to do huge thing, we want to do huge project, there is no other way but to learn how to delegate effectively. That is one example of what we can learn as a leaders in Toastmasters. And since I can see that many things can be learned in Toastmasters leadership curriculum, That inspires me to take another leadership role, another leadership role, another leadership role, and I end up as the district director this year. That's what inspires me.
But which moment that actually clicked in your mind and you take that leap?
So to be completely honest with you, I landed in Toastmasters leadership journey by incident. I didn't do it intentionally. When I joined Toastmasters, the club president asked me to become the sergeant at arms. I said to him, "Are you sure? I've only been in Toastmasters for 2 months. Do you really want me to become the sergeant at arms?" And then he said, "It's okay, relax, easy. As a sergeant at arms, it is a very easy role. We will guide you along the way." So I took it because I have this attitude of, I believe in the Toastmasters curriculum because this is almost 100 years old organization, and I believe the curriculum is proven. So I chose to have the attitude of following whatever the curriculum says. I will follow anything. So the club president asked me to become sergeant at arms. I said yes. After a few months, the club president need to move to another city. And he asked me to replace him as the club president. And that started the journey of leadership in Toastmasters. So if you ask me, how come you become the district director only in 5 years? Everything starts unintentionally, actually. But one thing led to another, and now I become the district director. So you asked me about at which stage that I took a leap to be more active in leadership role, yeah. You see, I told the senior in Toastmasters that I joined leadership journey unintentionally, and they said to me, it is good to have the attitude of following whatever the curriculum give you. But at some point, you need to be more proactive. You cannot be passive in taking leadership role. And since that advice, I come to realize that it is correct. As a leader, we need to be proactive. So the next thing is I volunteered myself to become the division director. And it is like 3 years ago. So since then, I become a proactive leader. I volunteered myself. I come to the election. I become the nominee. And now I become the district director.
So after the club president, do you become area director or you go directly to division director?
I become the area director. So after I become the club president, the next thing I become the area director. After that, I become the division director. After division director, club growth director, program quality director, and now I become the district director.
Yeah, there is a quite fast track. And then
Yeah.
second of all, I see that you have your DTM as well, and that is quite fast. And I see that you are an achiever. So if you can tell me your journey, when did you decide that you want to pursue your DTM and how long it takes for you to get your DTM and why?
If I'm not mistaken, I get my DTM in 3 years. In 3 years. And again, this is the result of my attitude of following whatever the curriculum get me. Yeah. One of the most difficult requirement to become a DTM, Distinguished Toastmasters, is we need to serve as the district leader for 1 year. And I get the district leader opportunity as the area director quite fast. Like after a year, I get the opportunity to become the area director, and everything else unintentionally checked out. So like I take a look at all the requirements. Hey, I already done that. done that, and only like a few more projects that I need to finish, I can get my DTM. So why not I finish it as soon as I can? So like unintentionally, I didn't like set up, I need to achieve my DTM in 3 years, nothing like that. But simply by following all the curriculum given by Toastmasters, by having that attitude, I get to achieve the DTM in 3 years.
Now that you are in the senior district leadership and you have been with Toastmasters for 5 years, what benefits you have in your life by being active in Toastmasters, by taking leadership in Toastmasters?
The benefit of being active in Toastmasters leadership journey ya, Bu Rona ya. Okay.
Not just leadership journey, but overall in being in Toastmasters.
Overall, being in Toastmasters ya. Of course, the first thing is I get to conquer my fear of public speaking. Before I join Toastmasters, my initial plan is as soon as I gain just a small bit amount of courage to do public speaking, I'm planning to quit Toastmasters, Bu Rona. That's my initial plan. But as I told you earlier, after a while in Toastmasters, I realized there are so many things that we can learn in Toastmasters, especially from the main curriculum, from the leadership curriculum. So this is the benefit that I felt from doing all the curriculum in Toastmasters. Let me paint you a picture, ya, Bu Rona, ya. Usually, when we are an entrepreneur, for example, the majority of entrepreneurs, perhaps you can lead in average like 20 people in your company. That's the average of the entrepreneur, yeah. Unless you are the CEO of a public listed company, perhaps you will lead thousands of employees. But here in Toastmasters, as a district director, for example, yeah, I need to lead all the Toastmasters members in our district, District 87. All our members in East Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei Darussalam. Thousands of members. This is a rare opportunity. We need to become the CEO of a public listed company if we want to gain the same leadership experience as we have in Toastmasters. And in my opinion, the beauty of Toastmasters leadership curriculum is that we need to be able to lead without any formal authority. So if you are the CEO of a public listed company, then you have the formal authority over the sales manager, for example. If you ask your sales manager to do something, he or she will immediately do it. But here in Toastmasters, everyone is equal. I'm equal with you. I'm equal with all the Toastmasters members in District 87. But I need to be able to lead them properly without any formal authority. That is the beauty of learning leadership in Toastmasters, Bu Rona. Imagine if I manage to lead successfully without any damaging conflict, and I can motivate everyone in District 87 to move together to achieve goals, then imagine what I can do leading with some sort of formal authority in my hand. When I become the CEO of one major company, I have formal authority. Imagine what I can do with that formal authority. And there are so many things that I can learn in Toastmasters leadership journey. For example, delegation, as I mentioned earlier, we can learn how to resolve conflict. We can learn more about interpersonal communication, how to do meeting effectively. We can learn about how to become a visionary leader, how to communicate effectively, how to do a better networking. I could go and on and on and on, because there are so many things that we can learn in Toastmasters leadership journey.
And what is your goal when you become district director, and what is your personal vision?
My goal as the district director and my personal vision, my first goal, I have two goals, my first goal is for myself personally. I want to develop my leadership skill, of course. I want to become a better person. I want to become a better communicator, and I want to become a better leader. And by taking leadership roles, we are learning as a leader in Toastmasters. So I want to improve myself. That is my first goal. The second goal, of course, I want all of the members in our district also improving as a person, as a communicator, and as a leader. And this is the unique thing about Toastmasters. I try to browse in Google, I browse public speaking. And surprisingly, I cannot find Toastmasters in the first 4 pages of the search result if we type public speaking. Toastmasters belong to the 5th page. Yeah. So this term, my goal is I want to introduce Toastmasters to a wider audience, to the general public. If currently I talk to 10 of my friends, only one person know about Toastmasters, and the other 9 don't know anything about Toastmasters. They even ask, what is it? Is it about food stuff or drinking wine? They said something like that. But now my vision is I want to introduce Toastmasters to a wider audience. And that's why I want to encourage everyone in our district, all of the club in our district, to be more active and to be more efficient in social media, to advertise Toastmasters to a wider audience. And if we have more members, if we have more clubs in our district, it will be beneficial for all of us. We will learn more, we will have more opportunities to grow. That is my goal as the district director, Rona.
Thank you. As a district director, what goals do you want to achieve? Do you have any numbers?
My goal is for the member to gain the benefit of becoming a Toastmaster member. I want all of them to improve as a person, become better communicator, and become a better leader. When the members felt the benefit of becoming a member, they will spread the words. They will tell their friends, their families that I'm benefiting. I become a better person by becoming a Toastmasters member. And the result, we will have more members. We will have more clubs. And you asked me about any numbers that we wanted to achieve. Yes, we want to have more members in our organization, and we want to have more clubs in our organization. And regarding the goals, our goals for this term is to achieve smartly distinguished district. We are trying to achieve that. It means that we will have 8% increase in our club numbers. From 125 last term, we wanted to have 135 club this term. 8% increase in our members number, and we need to have 69 clubs in our district to achieve at least distinguished district club. At least that is my goal as the district director, and the number that you are asking about.
Yeah, I think reaching the distinguished club, it seems it's easier than achieve the growth in the number of members and also the number of paid clubs.
Yes. Looking forward for that. It needs a lot of teamwork. We need everyone to work together hand in hand. in order to accomplish this goal?
I look forward to it. The more the merrier. When clubs have more members, it's more vibrant than if just a few members. Because
Yes.
not all of the members are actively participate in meetings. I think I see like between 50%, 40% of the members are active. So if people have like very few members, I think the club has difficulty of having a role takers and having the meeting fun and enjoyable and vibrant.
Yes, exactly. Actually, in Toastmasters, we learn from each other, right, Bu? For example, I learned from the evaluation given by my fellow Toastmasters. So if we have the variety of people, of course, they will give a variety of evaluation for me. That way, I will improve further. I learn by observing different speaker, different leader. By observing more members, I get to learn more. And of course, the more member, we will have more opportunity in taking variety of roles. That way, we will improve further. So getting more members and more club is not like the ambition of me as one district director, but it is for the benefit of the entire members in our district.
Yeah, I agree. And you said that you have a big goal, like to get Smedley Distinguished Club. So how do you cascade your goals on achieving that?
One thing I learned from in the past 5 years as a Toastmaster member, in order to communicate something effectively, we need to keep on mentioning it, repeating the information, to do the communication constantly. For example, the first time I mentioned about the goal is at the beginning of the term, which is in our leader retreat at the end of June 2022. At that time, when they asked me what is my goal as the district director, I mentioned this quote. I said, there is a quote, aim for the moon. Even if we miss, we will land among the stars. With that saying, my goal as the district director is to achieve Smedley Distinguished District. That's the first time I mentioned about this goal to all the leaders in District 87. At that time, I didn't know how they would respond to it. I'm guessing since they are an amazing leaders, they are senior leaders in Toastmasters, I'm guessing that they will do whatever it takes to achieve that. And I guess it correctly. One by one, the next leader mentioned, hey, let's support our district director's goal. Let's achieve Smedley Distinguished District for this term. One by one, they are starting to say, let's support, let's support, let's support. That is the first time I mentioned it, and everyone supported the initial goal. The next step is, in the past 1 month, I visited several other divisions in Malaysia, in Indonesia, for the training, Toastmasters Leadership Institute training. At that time, I met with many leaders from those areas, from those divisions, and I mentioned it again. This is our goal. Let's increase our membership number. Let's increase our club numbers. And they are very supportive. Let's do that. Let's do it. So, and the next thing that we need to do is to align all of the training program and our membership building program directed toward achieving that goal, which is to achieve Smedley Distinguished District. That's how we cascade the goals, not one time, but repeatedly, continuously, several times. That's how we do it.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. You need to communicate your goal so people know what to achieve. And I completely agree with your quote. So even if we don't achieve it, we will land in a star. But if we have such a low expectation or such a low goals, then we will achieve less. Yeah.
Agreed. Agree.
Yeah, thank you. I think not all are rosy. I'm sure there are obstacles and potential improvement that you need to do as district director. What potential improvement you can do right away, looking at what the past district director has done, and if you have any first 100 days action plan.
I'm a strong believer of we do not need to reinvent the wheel. So with that, I'm planning to do whatever already been done by the past district director, whatever already running well. I do not have the urge to change everything that drastically. The only thing that I would like to do for this term is to increase the awareness of Toastmasters to the general public, to the wider audience. So I want all of the club to be encouraged to be more active and to do effective social media activity. In my opinion, if we are doing social media effectively, wider audience will be aware of Toastmasters International and the benefit for them. So the first thing that we would like to do is to conduct a training on how to be more effective in social media. I've met with some of the leaders. They mentioned that, oh, our club already have social media. What did you do with the social media? They said that we post the flyer of our next meeting every 2 weeks. It is not the same with if we post video for Monday, and Wednesday we will post a blog about how to do good public speaking, for example. And then the next 3 days about a testimony from a member, how to benefit from Toastmasters, for example. It will be more effective compared to they are only posting their flyer for the next meeting every 2 weeks. So we are going to give them a special training. The module will be created by one of our members, which is Toastmaster Theo Sulun from Division D. He is a social media marketing expert. So he will create the module and he will share his knowledge about how to become more effective in social media. I hope by doing this one small things, it will create a butterfly effect. When the general public become more aware, they will become members, and by more members we have, we will learn more, we will improve ourselves to become better person, better leader, better communicator. One thing will lead to another, and eventually all the benefit of becoming a member will be gained by members, and we will achieve smartly distinguished district. That is my plan that I will do differently from the last term.
Oh, great. So you have a roadmap.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you foresee as obstacles to achieve your goals?
As mentioned earlier, the beauty of Toastmasters is we learn to lead without any formal authority. So the obstacles would be coming from differences in opinion. All of us here are strong leaders. We have our opinion. We have our own perspective. We will encounter these differences all the time. And one of them cannot be solved, and it will turn out to become a conflict. So the challenges is how we communicate our goals effectively. If I didn't communicate it effectively, perhaps some of the leaders will think that Agus is very egocentric. He wanted to achieve smartly distinguished district for his fame and glory, while I didn't do it for my fame and glory. I do it because if we manage to achieve smartly distinguished district, it means we have more members. More members will learn from one another. We will learn more, and we will gain the maximum benefit of becoming a Toastmaster member by having more members and more clubs. And that is for our own benefit as a Toastmasters member, not for my own achievement, not for any fame and glory personally. So how to communicate the goal effectively in order to avoid differences in opinion that will lead to an unhealthy conflict. That is the challenges, that is the obstacles in a Toastmasters organization, in my opinion.
Yeah, when there are many people, conflicts are prone to happen.
Yes.
So as you mentioned that your goal is to achieve a Smartly Award. So is that your definition of success as district director at the end of your term?
Actually, that is the end result, not the definition of success. The definition of success, if I, as a district director, is where all of the member feel the benefit of becoming a member. They will improve as a better person, as a better communicator, and as a better leader. And when all the clubs are working together, they are encouraged to promote Toastmasters effectively through their social media. I define that as my success. That is my success. But I believe by simply doing effective social media communication, it will improve the membership number, the club number, and eventually we will achieve smartly distinguished district. That is like the end result, like the end product of our success in our district.
Yeah, I'm with you because the KPI or Distinguished Performance Report is the end of our effort. And
Yes.
I think what matters is if what we do to achieve it, because that's the result.
Yes, exactly.
Any last things you would like to convey, which I have not covered?
The last thing that I would like to convey, I would like to send this message to all of the Toastmaster member in our district, District 87. All of the leader will enjoy your leadership journey. Have fun with your leadership role, because I believe by the end of our term, in the next following years, we will improve to become a better person, better communicator, and better leader. So see you all around. Let's learn and grow together.
Thank you, District 87 Director Agustinus Widjaya, for our chit chat today. So by having this chit chat with you, we have more insight who you are as a person and what you envision to become, also what your goals to be a district director and how you would like to achieve it, and what is your term as you mean to be successful as a district director. So thank you very much, Agustinus Widjaya, our District 87 Director, to be my guest today at this podcast. And I am Ronawati Wongso, your host for today, and we sign off and see you later. Thank you.
Thank you. See you later.